All right, everybody, I'm Marco, and welcome to the SAT Rapid Fire question. We're going to look at question 25 here. So I'm going to read it to you all. In order to prevent non-native fish species from moving freely between the Mediterranean and Red Seas, marine biologist Bella Gallo has proposed that a saline lock system be installed along the Suez Canal in Egypt's Great Bitter Lakes. The lock would increase the salinity of the lakes and blank a natural barrier of water most marine creatures would be unable to cross. All right, what is the question asking? Which choice completes the text so that it conforms to the conventions of standard English? All right, so since this is a grammar question, we really need to focus on where the blank space is in the question. So it starts basically at the end of the passage, right? The last sentence, right? That's where the blank space is located, in the last sentence of the passage. So all this mumbo jumbo, right? If you want to read it, well, I mean, you could, but you may not have enough time during the test, right? So you really want to be focused on where the blank space is located in the question, okay? Or in the passage, better said. All right, so let's look here at this sentence. The lock would increase. We really first need to focus here on the first part of the sentence. So the subject of our sentence is lock, right? It is a noun, right? It is a third person singular noun, okay? So we know that when we're using third person singular nouns, our verb, okay, requires the suffix s, right? For third person singular noun conjugations, right? We usually need this suffix attached to the end of the verb. All right, so basically here, we need to see what comes after the subject. Ah, would. Well, this changes our situation because would is what we call a modal verb. In other terms, it's a helping verb, okay? And when you have a helping verb or a modal verb, your verb after it is going to be in the infinitive form, meaning you're going to use the base form of the verb, okay? That means when you're going to conjugate, you cannot add a suffix to the end of the verb, no matter what your noun or what your subject is, okay? So would is indicating the future from a perspective in the past, okay? And as you can see here, the verb, right, the main verb right after the subject is in its infinitive form. Okay, so then if we keep on going, we get to the coordinating conjunction and. Coordinating conjunctions connect ideas together from the first part of the sentence to the second part of the sentence. And the thing is, we're coordinating, we're connecting. So there must be a pattern. We must follow the grammar, okay, from the first part of the sentence. Now, if we look at this space, after the space, we have here an article, an adjective, and a noun. Barrier is our noun. A is an indefinite article. Natural is an adjective. Okay, so basically, I need to follow what the form of the verb is before this coordinating conjunction, right? I need a verb here because I have a noun. So let's look at our options. Okay, creates. Well, as you can see here, creates has a suffix, right? It's conjugated in the third person singular form. So you see our verb before the coordinating conjunction does not have a suffix. We need to cross that out, okay? Create. Oh, this looks good. It's the base form, right? It's infinitive. So let's put a dot there. All right, next one, creating. Okay, well, creating can be a verb. Usually it's used as a gerund, but it's used as an active participle when you're conjugating for continuous tenses, like present continuous or past continuous. But you need the helping verb be, right? Is, was, are, were. So we don't have the helping verb be in our sentence, okay? And then finally, we have created, which would be the simple past form of the verb create, right? Because we have the suffix ed at the end. Actually, it's also the past participle form of the verb because create in the simple past is a regular past tense verb, meaning you use the suffix ed. Okay? So that's not going to work. So in order to find agreement with the verb that is used before in the first part of the sentence, we're going to go with create, and that's going to be our correct answer. Okay? All right, everyone. I hope this helped you. If you liked this content, please like, subscribe, and follow. It would mean the world to me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.